I brainwashed myself. People ask me how I got here, expecting some like strategic plan. The honest answer is weirder than that, because delusion sounds a bit reckless. The specific kind I'm talking about might be the most underrated tool that nobody teaches us. Just an FYI, I'm not saying like you should ignore reality or refuse feedback of some sort. I'm talking about a specific controlled self-belief and acting like the outcome is already possible for you. Because, you know, most people, they feel like they need proof to actually gain confidence, to actually start what they want to do. But you know, that's a little backwards. They wait for evidence, a sign, a result, someone telling them that they're good enough before they let themselves actually believe that it's possible. But it's not built that way. Proof usually comes after you actually start doing something, after you act on it. So if you're waiting for proof, you're going to be waiting a long time. You could be waiting forever, because the only way to get the proof is to act like it's already possible, or to actually already be doing it. When I'm talking that I brainwashed myself into this, I mean literally into this, like my YouTube channel. I talk to myself like someone who is already doing this thing without even actually doing it. I wasn't lying to myself about the results or the outcome. I just acted like I had already gotten there. And I refused to let the current lack of proof become the whole story of my situation. And I also stopped consuming and being around people who reinforce that doubt. Not because doubt is always wrong, but because on a loop, that doubt becomes the loudest thing going on in your head and your world. I made the identity a constant and not the actual outcome. I told myself that I was a YouTuber before I actually was a YouTuber. It doesn't mean I was going around telling everybody, okay? I started telling myself that I was a YouTuber after I published my first video. And then now it's become every week, almost every day, I'm posting a video, because I am a YouTuber. I'm doing the YouTubing. None of this is a sense of reckless delusion. It's just choosing which story gets repeated in my own head. Because one way or another, a story gets repeated in our head. And if it's going to be a negative one, well, I don't want that. I want the positive one over here. So whatever story is going to be repeated in my head, it's going to be an intentional one. It's one that I want. I'm manifesting. I do want to say that there is a certain line here. We can't just be acting like we're already a millionaire when we don't actually have $1 million. It has to be paired with some sort of reality. It has to be a sense of productive self-belief. And the whole time, you still accept the feedback that people throw at you, so you can adjust when things aren't genuinely working. And all of this really goes wrong when you stop ignoring the red flags in the sky.
God, please, no! No!
That something needs to change or something isn't working. The useful version of this isn't to pretend that nothing is wrong. It's just to stay convinced, even when the outcome, it's just to stay convinced that the outcome is still possible. And obviously being honest about your current reality. So take the feedback, accept reality, but also believe that anything is possible. Believe what you want. And what I mean by that is believe your goals. Believe that the outcome is possible for you. So when I keep telling you that I brainwashed myself into this YouTube channel and a lot of other things, what I actually mean is that I chose this on repeat in my head every single day, and I pushed down any negative thought, anything that said, nah, this isn't possible. Because, you know, by saying this isn't possible, that's also a sense of delusion. I don't even know if it's not possible. And I just changed the script in my head. I kept saying, it is possible, I can do this, I can do this. Long and way before there was any sort of proof of anything, before I even had a single subscriber. And I wasn't ignoring reality, you know. I tried every video to get better and better, and I adjust when need be, and I take the feedback that people give me. But I'm also believing in something more. I'm believing that this is possible. And it's not magic, but it's a decision that you get to make, that I get to make. Every single day, every single second, you get to choose and make that decision repeatedly before anyone gives you any permission. This one was a quick one today, so if this resonated with you, please let me know in the comments. And what's one thing that you're going to act like it already exists, that's already true, before you even have any proof? Subscribe for more of this real talk. See you in the next one.